Today on Mo's Toy Room, we're going to unbox from Mego and their Mego's Monsters line. Here comes the creature from the Black Lagoon. Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Mo's Toy Room, coming from My Room Tours. And today we're going to check out from Mego. Here is the Mego's Monsters creature from the Black Lagoon, Gillman. That's right, I said the Gillman's proper name. All right, you can see the Gillman right there kicking back behind his window pane, locked in his plastic prison, as he will soon be released here to Mo's Toy Room amongst all the other maniacs that are roaming and lurking throughout the halls, throughout the cabinets, throughout the glass cases that I have within this house, and also the display behind me. He will be welcomed with open arms. You can see that nice card art that Mego has presented. You can see a little bit of some creasing right there. I don't really care. I just wanted the figure. And it took me a while to get it, I'll admit. But the guys over in Union City, California, Comic and Figure Addicts, hooked me up with a copy of this. And yes, it was $17.99. They got them in. I went down there as soon as they got them, and most of them weren't all that great, but it doesn't really matter. I just grabbed the first one that I pretty much wanted and went with it. $17.99, Comic and Figure Addicts, Union City, California. Give them a call if you're looking for this thing. But it's all about this guy, Raquel Browning, right here. He is the actor who played the Gillman in the 1954 classic, The Creature from the Black Lagoon. This thing really doesn't bring hardly anything. It just brings the figure in there, old school Mego style. I remember playing with these things as a kid. I had these superheroes. I had a Spider-Man one. I ended up taking off like the clothes and stuff on them because they have like some like wrestling trunks underneath them, because I'm a huge wrestling fan, and you know, we all know that I pro wrestled at one time too. But also what I did was I put their boots back on them because we didn't have any wrestling figures in the early 70s. So I would wrestle those guys in a Muhammad Ali Joe Frazier ring. Believe it or not. Yeah, I had the Muhammad Ali Joe Frazier with the ring, and I used that ring to wrestle my Mego action figures. And man, I did everything from have stage blood to have them bleeding and everything else. And here I am collecting Mego all over again because these things are completely awesome. You can see right there he looks really cool in that package. Not really much to it. This is for ages 17 and up. Card art says it all. Very nice all the way around. You could check that out. All right, folks. This is part of their horror line. So if you're a local Walmart or Target and you come across one of these, it will more than likely be in the collector section, over in the back in the electronics. And if they have one, then you would pick one up there. But it's roughly going to be around the same price, anywhere between $14.99 and $17.99. I think all the creatures are probably going for $17.99 because Comic and Figure Addicts are usually right on the money when it comes to pricing. All right, folks, so what we're going to do is we're going to take them out of the package. We're going to be right back and review them. Folks, tail of the tape. Creature, the Gillman, is checking in at 8 inches tall. Translates to 20¼ centimeters. This figure really doesn't bring anything. It's wearing real clothing. Yes, this is real clothing over old school, just Mego layout. They have standard torso up in there, other than the hands and the feet and the head. Pretty much the torsos, they reuse them all over, from the legs all the way up through the arms. This might even be like, I don't know if it's rubber band in the inside of them that holds them together or what it is, you know. But yeah, they're old school. I mean, this is about as old school as you're gonna get nowadays. Mego's doing it. This guy comes to us from the Universal Monsters line that Mego is doing. They did a good job. You can see they tried to do the gills and everything connected to this cloth that goes all over his body. He has Velcro on the back right there. And then they tried to hide it with, you can see that he has one of his fins. Fins throughout the whole back of the figure that are etched, well, that are sewn into his clothing. You could see the sew line right there all the way up. It's on both sides. I messed with this guy a little bit before we came back on the air. I heard a few pops, so I don't know if I broke him or what. But, oh well, he's still standing, and I'll do the best that I can. I like the head sculpt. The head sculpt is just nice all the way around. I like it. I really like it. I'm almost to the point where I wish they would have put a little bit more of a glowing blue around the eyes, much how Trick or Treat Studios did with the Creature from the Black Lagoon Gillman mask that they did, to make the eyes look more piercing, to make them look more like like he has lights in his eyes, kind of. Yeah, it just looks so much more piercing when he comes out the water. But I'm sure some of you guys that customize these guys will just go all out on them, and it will come out exactly the way that you want them. But I'm going to leave this guy just like this. He's just going to go in my collection like this. Luckily, he stands on his own. All right, folks, so let's check this out. This whole top piece right here just seems really, really hard. I'm not sure. You know, it's not connected to the head. This is a separate piece that might be, yeah, looks like they might have laid it over the cloth. You can see that. Okay. And then he has his head. Give him a quick turn. Yeah, these are unusual figures, and I'm so glad that they were able to give us some Universal Monsters. Right now, Universal Monsters have made a really big comeback, and so why not get yourself a Gillman? All right, folks, it is review time. Head goes side to side, can spin all the way around if it wanted to. Will not hit that Michael Myers side to side. Does not look down, does not look up. It just goes side to side. It's Mego, man. Okay, arms, you can see right there. Look at that. See, I don't know if I popped something in there or what, but yeah, they're not, you hear that? Yeah, they're not staying up. So, yeah, something's pop. Yeah, it got like a rubber band in there. So you got to really pop them back in. Okay, but they will move around. I'm not going to wear too much on that rubber band. This is kind of like, if you guys were not around in the 60s or the early 70s when a lot of the superheroes were out, they were like this, okay? But a lot of people like, let's say Kenner, used this same technology in the $6 Million Man doll that is way taller than this. It's like a, you know, way bigger figure. It's like a 15-inch figure or something. And they also used it in the Star Wars large figures. So that's why you see a lot of the large figures from Star Wars from the late 70s, the very first line of them. Some of them, the arms completely came off, and so did the legs. And it's because the rubber bands that run within them tend to get old and frail, and they just break. So you could replace them, but this is a new figure. So hopefully he'll stay with, you know, nice for a while. So we'll see how it works out. He has, right there, you can see that swivel amongst the waist. Very nice. Look at this. You see that? This is what I'm talking about, right? This is Mego product right here. Okay? And then he has some really cool hip movement. Look at this. Yeah, because the way that it's made. These guys will dance some disco. They will do some line dancing, whatever you want. They will do some martial arts. What the? And then spin it around through the back. You get what I'm saying? And then he jumps in the air, and he could do like the striking pose, right? But anyway, yeah, and then as far as joints go, I forgot to mention on the arm, that's about all you're going to get, okay? Either arm. And then the hands will only move around like this. Yeah, they do go down and up because they did seem to have put them on a hinge in there. So yeah, he's like, whoosh, talk to the hand. Yeah, right? Same as the other hand. Same thing. So yeah, this is really weird. Really, really bizarre. Let's go down to his knees. There's no swivel in the knees. That's about single bend that you're going to get. Other knee, single bend. You can see these guys don't even have peg holes on them. So you're probably going to have to buy a stand for some of the ones that don't stand up very well. And I managed to grab some from a friend of mine that gets me Mexican wrestling action figures. And he got me some of these stands. And that's how I got my Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein and my Phantom of the Opera to stand on. And that's how he is. So you can see that. Let me see if I can. You see what I'm saying? So it stands like that. I have a lot more Megos that I have to unbox. Okay, so let's check out his feet. Feet they don't go side to side. You would have to move them amongst there. They only go down, up, and that's it. All right, folks, that's my review. Let's check him out next to some other action figures to see how he looks. Let me get him to stand up. This guy got good color, though. I like the way that the greens stand out and everything on him. All right, let's put him next to what I call my action figure of the year of 2021. This was my pick. It was the NECA's Episode 7, Friday the 13th, New Blood figure of Jason Voorhees. That's how he looks there. You can see the Gill Man is much taller than he is. But on the other hand, let's put him next to a NECA Guardian Predator. You guys know I have unboxed and reviewed a whole lot of these, from the Jasons to the Predators. So hit up my library, check them out if you want to get caught up with the channel. That's how he would look. All right, folks, please like, share, subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications so that way you know when the next video like this one hits. Also, you can follow us on Instagram at Moe's Toys, MOESTOYS, Moe's Toys on Instagram. We're also on TikTok, Moe's Toy Room. So hit us up at Moe's Toy Room on TikTok. From Moe's Toy Room to yours, good night, everyone.